Hey, what's up, Joe Joe in the morning? I got some fun stuff to talk about today. I got some good stuff to talk about today. It's going to be good. It's going to be spiritual. It's going to be mindset work. I love talking about mindset. That's why a few of the last few books I wrote was called The Flow, Personal Turnaround, trying to help people understand things in the spirit and how to make natural steps to see them happen. Well, let's start off with the doozy right off the bat. What if I told you 90% of the things that you are praying for breakthrough about are actually natural and not spiritual? What'd he say? Yeah. 90% of the things you are praying about are not spiritual. They're natural. The Bible says people are destroyed for what? The lack of knowledge. People are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Okay. Story. Somebody a few years back messaged me. God's called me to preach. God's called me to preach. God's called me to do this, and God's told me to you know that whole story. Said okay, and this is a little bit for 2020. I said, hey, I tell you what, man, get you a YouTube channel, do some Facebook Lives. I think Periscope may have still been a thing back then. And I said, get some of that going. No. God's told me over the next year and a half, he went to all this stuff. I'm like, yeah, that's great. Great. I'm just telling you, this is where you can start if you're called to preach. God's told me I want to preach to thousands, then to millions. And I said, okay. Do these first naturals. He didn't want to listen to me. Well, then 2020, the world kind of gets shut down. So how's his prophetic word acting out? How's his word acting out? How's the script playing out? It's not. He called me. I thought I heard God. I said, you very well could have. But there was a natural step. The devil's fighting me. The devil. No. It's not the devil. The devil's not holding you back. You're holding yourself back. I had a guy message me one time and the devil's fighting my finances. The devil's fighting my finance, blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, how's he fighting your finances? I'm just struggling to pay my bills. I said, okay. What's your house payment? He told me. Well, you and your wife both drive newer cars. Yeah. What's your bills? And I'm like, how much you make an hour? That's not the devil, bruh. That's common sense. What's your wife make? Wait, I'm pretty good in math. And by the time you figure your bills up, you got more bills than you got money coming in. Do you work a side job? No. Do you have a side hustle? No. It's not the devil. Quit praying for something that you could go get a side job and fix. People are so funny. I remember I had some message me one time, and devil's fighting my family. Devil's fighting my family. It was a little couple. Wow. They weren't little, but they were talking. And I said, well, what's the problem? Man, our health is horrible. We're so tired. We're always worn out. Financially, we're strapped. The devil's fighting our finances. I said, okay, sir, where do you work? Oh, you have a part-time job. Man, where do you work? Oh, you have a part-time job. Okay. How's y'all's health? Well, the doctor said I'm 150 pounds overweight. Ma'am, how's your health? Well, I'm 100 pounds overweight, the doctor says. I said, okay. If you're both working part-time jobs, that might be a reason the finances are bad. And together, if you're 250 pounds overweight, that might be why you're having health problems and you're always tired. I can't believe you don't want to pray breakthrough over us. I said, oh, I'll pray for you. Remember, I had a lady come in one time and she said, I don't know what's wrong. I've been married 4 times and my marriage has ended the same way every time. And I said, ma'am, I knew this lady. I said, you basically married the same type of guy all 4 times. They may look different, but they got the same spirit. You married the exact same type of guy all 4 times. How did you naturally even think it was going to change? So many times people pray for supernatural things to happen, but naturally they're the ones who have put themselves in a situation and continue to stay in this situation. That makes sense? When you want change, you've got to have a mindset of change. I remember when I was younger, me and some of my friends, we'd go to the gym and would play around. You know, I didn't say work out, I said play around. And one day I looked over there in the corner, and there's these 2 big old bulls over there. These dudes were working out. They weren't talking to anybody. They weren't laughing. They weren't cutting up. They were throwing the iron around. I looked at my friends. I looked at those 2 bulls, and I said, I want to go work out with them. They're like, bro, we'll work out, but we don't talk a lot. We come in here and we're serious. Man, I started working out with these guys. They hurt me, first of all. But we started working out. I started gaining muscle. My lift started increasing. I made a change. I remember years ago, I was working at a church, and this person came in, and they were distraught and just how life was bad. And I said, sir, I've never seen you at a prayer meeting. I see you at church once a month. Let's get into some stuff. Let's get into some. Man, I had this guy starting to come to prayer with me. His marriage got better. Wow. His family got better. He got a promotion at work and was given overtime. Bonus and overtime. He said, my gosh, I started coming to prayer. I made one change by coming to prayer. Woo! You hear me? Whenever you're going through a struggle, pray and fast on it, but read a book on that subject. I remember one time when I was younger, finances were tight, and I said, man, I don't know. I'm going to try my hand at rent houses, flipping houses. And so I made a huge change, talked to a bank that would help me, went and found 2 guys who were professionals at this, had lunch with them. I bought. They started speaking into my life about it. I started buying houses. Changed everything. I started reading books on how to flip houses, what to look for. I've got a different type of businesses. I've learned, I've studied, I've made changes. Most people that will send me prayer requests, it is a natural thing that they need help with. It's a natural thing. And a lot of it is laziness. You know, I can't tell you how many people have joined our apostolic network and left within the first month. It happens all the time. I want to run with you, Apostle. I want to run. They don't even walk. You want to run with me? And I can't get you off the spiritual couch? You better go drink some more coffee or pray in the Holy Ghost. You hear me? I remember when I started running with folks, I didn't know what running was. I was jogging and thought I was moving fast. No. I remember, let's go back to the story about working out. So my first day I went to work out with these bulls. I was tired and I said, we about done? Bruh, we just got done with the warm-ups. I'm like, oh my gosh. these guys are like serious. How much you gonna push into what you're called to do? I remember when I really realized the gift mix that I walk in as an apostolic prophetic. I'd never really been around apostles, didn't know much about it. And so, shift in leadership, John Eckhart. I got books all over my desk. I got Moving in the Apostolic, John Eckhart. I got, man, let me show you this right here. I got this book right here, Moving in the Apostolic, John Eckhart. Ooh, Chuck Pierce, Apostolic Church Arising. I started reading these books. I started reading books by Dutch Sheets. Changed my life. I had to make a change. The reason you're sitting on a prophetic word and it's not coming to pass is because you're not changing. You hear me? It is your mindset and the associations that you keep. A while back I had somebody say, hey, man, my health is bad and my finances are bad and I need a home-based business, network marketing. You and your wife seem like y'all's health is in check. It is. Seems like y'all's finances are in check. They are. Seems like y'all are doing good. Okay. So got on the phone and she said, I have a friend. I want her to get on here with me because we're going to do this together. The Lord led us to talk to you. I said, oh gosh, here we go again. When people say the Lord told me, I'm like, okay, whatever. We start talking. Within the first minute, I can tell they're not going to do the program or that. I'm listening to them talk their self out of why they want to do the health program. And then why they don't want to coach. And that's fine. That's fine. I said, cool. And then a week later, one of these girls was online doing a video and she said, pray for me. My health is so bad and I have no money. I have no money. And I said, oh my gosh, it's your thinking. It's your thinking. A kid that says, I want to be a doctor, when they get out of high school and say, I'm a doctor. That won't work. You got to change your thinking. You got to go to college for 8 years. 90% of the people I talk to, their thinking is broken. Let me tell you a line that changed my life out of a podcast. Listen to this. I was listening to John Maxwell one time. And he was at a business, a kind of a kingdom builders type of kingdom entrepreneuring teaching. And the host said, man, if you could, pray for everybody here, that would be great. And John Maxwell said, you know what? I can pray for everybody and that'd be okay. But I don't want to pray for everybody. I would like 5 minutes alone with every person. And I would like to help them with their thinking. It's their thinking that's holding them back, not their prayer life. Most people pray more in desperation. Dr. Miles Monroe said one time, he said, people going in like ministry, they need a business degree to learn how to take care of God's finances, but they go for a pastoral ministry, and most people fail on the business side more than the ministry side. Their mind is so engulfed in poverty that they don't get things. One of the greatest things one of my mentors told me, he said, Joe, I would like to see you at a financial place to where you never do ministry for money. It's just a blessing. And that's where we're at. In fact, a few days ago, I was out ministering, and when it was over, I got ready to leave, and where I had my I carry a backpack like a kid. You know those preachers got those wheel-in bags, those nice bags? Bruh, I still carry a backpack, y'all. I had my backpack I had to put down. Well, they had the honorarium envelope there. I put my bag, threw it in, no big deal. You know, and my wife never even asked me the next day, did you get an honorarium? How much was it? Nothing. Didn't even think about it. So I was kind of taking stuff out of my bag and, oh yeah, here's the honorarium. Threw it on my desk. A little bit later, I opened it, just put it out. So I go put it in one of our accounts. Didn't even think about it because I don't go for finances. Like when I got there, they said, do you have, you know, I know you've written a lot of books. Do you have books? I'm like, no, I didn't want to tag them along. You just get on Amazon if you want to. Books A Million, Barnes & Noble, Walmart, Target, buy them online. I didn't want to tote them around. They're like, well, most ministers that come in, they have to sell books. I said, I don't have to. I've changed my way of thinking. It's a little different today, but I hope you're getting this. 90% of the ministers that I minister to, it's really not a spiritual thing. Do you know why a lot of churches have removed the Spirit of God? They've removed the apostolic, prophetic, and kingdom from their church because it's not popular in America right now, and crowds don't come out for that. What is crowds? Why do you need a big crowd? Oh, more finances and stroke your ego. Jesus had 5,000 men, women, and kids and took it down to 12. Put that in your American church theology and see how that works out. Thinking. Most people, it is their thinking that is broken. I had somebody come up to me, very dear to us, a while back and said, hey, I can't run with you anymore. And I said, why? He said, I can't wrap my mind around what you do and you say. He said, I literally cannot wrap my mind around what you're doing and what you're saying. I know you're thriving, you're doing good, you walk signs, wonders, miracles, all this stuff. I said, well, who said we got to understand it? You can't fully understand the things of God. The Bible says his thoughts are higher than our thoughts. His ways are higher than our ways. How can we figure it out? We just operate and move in it. He said, I have to have it figured out. And I said, then you can't run with me because I'm running after God. When you operate with God, you're not going to understand it. I mean, you pray for a guy and they walk out of a wheelchair. How does that happen? When doctor says to a lady, you can't have kids, then they look at the husband and said, you can't have kids either. And then they have two. How do you explain that? You don't explain it. It's God. And a lot of people can't move in the supernatural. Most people can't break the curse of poverty because they refuse to allow their thinking to happen. You know, they say you learn like 90% of what you're going to learn by the second grade in life. You're going to have to think differently to operate differently. Had somebody one time, they said, hey, Joe, pray that the Lord bless me with $1 million. I said, bless, that'd be a curse. God gave you $1 million. It'd kill you because you don't even know how to act making $40,000 a year. It's a mindset. Some people, man, Joe, pray I get a huge ministry. I'm like, no. You go to your head. You got to be dead to the flesh, full of the Spirit to operate and think like God wants you to think. I remember one of the first times I was in a meeting, a conference, and I was sitting with generals. These guys are like 20, 25 years older than me. They were talking. One of them said, Joe, you don't talk a lot. I said, not when I'm around men like you. I just want to listen. I just want to learn. I want to hear how you talk, and I want to see the responses of the way you respond, and I want to learn how you think. I want to understand your thinking pattern. They're like, you figured it out. And I said, I I'm just hungry, thirsting for knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and insight. People, when you ask for help, make sure you're willing to change. People that want to run with us in ministry, 1 out of 15 stay with us more than a month. You say, let's fast for 3 days. They done. Oh, you don't want change. You know, it's different for different people. Our health coaching business, we got coaches. We got, like, a lot of times 2 coaches will sign up on the same day. One signs up a few clients. Another one creates $1 million business in the first year. What's the difference? Who's ready to learn? Who's willing to dive in? You see 2 ministers. I remember I started traveling full time the same time 2 other guys did. We're all friends. They were trying to make things happen. They didn't last very long. Man, I was going 2, 3, sometimes 4 places a week. But I got around some mentors and I had them speak into my life. And I learned how to think properly. It's your thinking pattern that keeps you back more than spiritual things. Oh, they don't teach this in the church a whole lot. That's why majority of churches are so broken down. Because they want to pray, and then when God speaks, they don't want to move like God says move. When you're dead to the flesh, and you move the way God says move, everything. I wish I had hours to talk to you about this stuff, but I don't. This is Joe Joe in the morning. I love you guys. Work on your... That's why I wrote this book right here. Oh, Lord, I'm about to drop everything off my desk. I got a lot of books. Kingdom Thinking. Amazon, Barnes & Noble. No, this is not a push for a book. This is the book that the Sid Roth Network called me and said, we want to interview over this book. This is the one. Kingdom Thinking. Why? Because when you learn to think kingdom, everything you've ever learned in the past is about to be erased. You're going to think kingdom. Love you guys.